Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is a tarot pull I did, an oracle pull I did for the collective for the upcoming new moon in Leo. So tomorrow, Thursday, the new moon in Leo peaks. We've made a couple posts at the Astro Realm, so if you want a little bit more information on the new moon and the energy surrounding that new moon, go check some of our more recent posts. But yeah, I felt like maybe just doing an oracle card of just what the collective should know, or just some other themes for this new moon. So when I did my shuffling, I actually had two. I was only going to do a one card pull, but two came out. So I'm going to do both of them. So the first card that I got is Dream. And this card is literally so perfect for the new moon because Leo rules creativity and imagination, and like it almost has like a childlike feeling to it, just the creating and imagining and just that dreamlike state that children kind of exist in. And so what really came up for me is that this new moon is really just getting back to our childlike self, our inner playful creative self. I get it, it's hard. Like, I have two kids, I work, I have this astro business, and so at least for me, I also have Saturn in the 5th house, so there's that. But for me, I struggle with fun. I really do. Like, everything has to have a purpose, and I'm just very I don't want to say I'm serious all the time, but kind of I look at everything in such a serious light. And so this new moon is coming as a reminder that even though we're adults, we have responsibilities, we could still have fun, we could still be childlike, we could still create, we could still dream and create any reality that we want. And then the second card that I got was Remember Who You Are. And I love this card, and it kind of goes along with dreaming too, because when we remember who we truly are, which is fractals of source energy, we remember that we have the power to create anything. And if we could dream it, we can achieve it. One of my favorite sayings I always say, I've posted on the Astro Realm and all on my socials and stuff, but if I could hold it in my mind, I could hold it in my hand. And it's true. And when we remember that we are fractals of source, that we are God consciousness, that we are powerful, that we can create anything we desire, when we have that remembering of self, we unlock our abilities and our capabilities, and doors start to open where there were once only walls. And so this new moon is really kind of about getting back to our childlike innocence, our childlike mindset. And it's ironic because children are so playful and imaginative and open-minded for two reasons. The first reason is because they just came from source, right? For us, I'm almost 30. I've been experiencing consciousness as a human for 30 years. Whereas a child, when they come into this world, they've obviously only been experiencing it for, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years, so they're very much still close to remembering source and remembering who they are and where they came from. But the second reason why children are so aligned and connected with source and why getting back to that energy is good is because children are pure. They're innocent. It's before life, parents, friends, teachers, guardians, partners, bosses told you who you are or who you're supposed to be, before society confined you into a box and limited you and made you powerless, right? When you're a kid, everything's magical. You tell your parent that you want to be a unicorn, and your parent says you can be. You know, you tell your parent that you want to be the president of the United States one day, and you tell your child you can be, right? But then all of a sudden, when I'm, 15 and I say I want to be a lawyer, all of a sudden I can't be. Well, why? You know what I mean? So it gives us the childlike energy, harnessing in our childlike energy brings us back to source, who we are, to remembering to the closeness of source consciousness, and also brings us back to the pureness, to not being told who you are, not being confined and limited by labels and by societal norms. So that's the message. It's really this new moon. Like always, new moons are times of planting seeds and new beginnings, but there's an emphasis, a huge emphasis on getting back to that childlike, creative, playful nature. I really believe that with this new moon, if you come at it with that kind of energy and that kind of attitude, your manifestations and your desires and the seeds you're planting will take off. They will take root. And if you nourish and nurture them, they will bloom into the fullness of what your manifestation is. So, yeah, and then go check out our posts about this new moon, because there's also, due to other astrological events and stuff, there's a huge emphasis also of change. So go check our post a little bit more about that. I was really channeled that channels, and that came to me intensely. So there is a lot of change also with this new moon, but with these cards, I'm feeling like the best way to navigate this change and the best way to optimize off of this change is by having a playful, creative, childlike nature to it. If you could do that, if you could remember that any upcoming shifts and changes in your life, and you could remember to be playful and creative and imaginative and fun-loving with it, I promise you it will be for the highest good. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you guys on the next video. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment at the Astro Realm. If you're not following us already, we are posting daily content of spiritual, astrological, tarot, oracle, all the things in all the realms we're posting. Appreciate you guys.